Now that I got my coffee, let's go plan a Disney cruise. So what is up, everybody? Welcome back to For Love of the Mouse. As I said, we are going to plan a Disney cruise. What do I mean by that? Today we're going to go over all the different steps I do when I am planning one of our Disney cruises, from booking the cruise to excursions to how you pay for it, packing. We're gonna go over that today. But before we get started, make sure you click that subscribe button, click that like button, just go ahead and like it, why not? Click that bell icon so you're notified whenever we release new videos. All right, well, we got that all out of the way. I am going to head over here to my office. That is what we call the vacation desk in this house. So let's head on in there and let's get started on planning a Disney cruise. All right, so we have arrived here at the vacation desk, as my friends call it. So just so you know, this is how I plan a Disney cruise. Hopefully this helps somebody who's thinking about doing one. You can do it however you want, obviously. You're the one paying for it. You're the one doing it. But here's just some tips on how I do it. That's what this video is all about. Forgot to say that in the beginning, so here we go. Let's start planning our Disney cruise. So here we are. We have sat down here at the vacation desk. We are ready to start planning our Disney cruise. Now, first thing, before you can do anything else, you obviously have to start looking for your Disney cruise. And you have to book your Disney cruise. You can't do anything else, right? You gotta have the vacation actually booked before you can start planning for it. So, we are going to head over to disneycruise.disney.go.com. That's where we're gonna head. Or Google Disney Cruise and it'll take you right there. Obviously, if you want to use a travel agent, go right ahead. We have done that as well. But for today's purpose of the video, we are going to go to the website and we are going to book our own cruise. So let's head over there now. All right, we are here at the homepage for the Disney Cruise Line. Right here you see Captain Mickey, Captain Minnie letting you know you are in the right spot. So right here we have this little search bar we can click on here. That's where I look for all my cruises. You can go up here to plan a cruise, but it's going to take you to a similar page. So anyway, we are going to be looking for a cruise in May of 2023. We are going to go to the Caribbean, and we are going to leave from Port Canaveral. So after you have that all filled out, whatever your choices are, we are going to click View Cruises. You don't have to put those filters in. You can just click View Cruises, but you are going to look at every single cruise that Disney has to offer from now until their itineraries are no more. So there we go. We have landed here. These are all going to be similar cruises to like the one Crystal and I just got off of in May. So I want to do a Western Caribbean next. So that's what we're going to look at here. We're not really booking this, just, you know, just wishful thinking here. We're going to pick this one right here, May 6th through May 13th, because that's a similar time to where we would go. Right here you have these prices. These are your starting prices for the inside category, ocean view, stateroom, veranda, concierge, all that. You can click here or you can click continue. They're going to take you to the same exact page. So it lands you right here on your itinerary page. This cool little graphic shows you exactly how your itinerary is going to work, where your ports are, how you sail, things like that. And if you don't want to watch that, you can just scroll through here. This has every day listed on your cruise from beginning to end. Even has the sad day of when you get off. That is the itinerary page. From there, we're going to click on View Stateroom. All right, so here is our stateroom. If you had any children, you would add them here. If there was more than 2 adults going, you could add it here. You could even say there's only one of you. But it's telling you right here that you're going to be charged the same as 2 people if it's 1. So we'll go 2. We confirm our travel party. Wait for the next page to load. There's those prices I showed you once again. So you have your inside rooms, your ocean view, your verandas, your concierge. For today's purposes, we are going to go with a veranda room. And you have 2 choices here. Sometimes there is a guaranteed room where they pick the room for you and that's your price. You don't get to choose your room, nothing like that. You just get what they give you, but you're guaranteed the category you pick or better. But that's not an option right here. So for $4,300, we can do the deluxe ocean view, which is 246 square feet, or we can do a family ocean view, which is just over $4,700 for 299 square feet. So that's just over 50 square feet, if my math is right, 53 square feet. And I can tell you we have stayed in both these rooms, and the extra square footage is noticeable. Is it noticeable enough for the $500 difference they have on this cruise? I don't know about that, but for today's purposes, we are going to go with the $4,300 one. Now you pick your location and your deck. So aft and forward are both starting at $43.17. If you want to be midship, it is $44.85. That is probably where I would want to be. I like midship enough that I would pay the extra money to be midship. Now, where you pick your deck, that is also going to be factoring into the cost. So that $44.85 is if you pick deck 6. As you see on deck 7, it goes up to $4,555. So I like deck 6, deck 7. That's just kind of me and Crystal. We enjoy being kind of more centrally located between the atrium, the restaurants, the trivia, and then going up to the pool deck, Quiet Cove, Cove Cafe, those types of things. But for today, let's just go, let's go with deck 7. It's fake money today, so we'll pay that a little extra money. So the blue rooms you see here are what is available for the room category you have selected. These rooms right here that are a little longer, those are the family rooms. Crystal and I enjoy being by the elevator. We don't necessarily enjoy being right off the elevator. So I'm going to pick this 7072 room. As you pick it, it brings up your price breakdown right here. Now, I'm not going to exactly go over this right now because if I click add to cart, it takes me to the next page, which has the same exact information, a little bigger for you. Right there, there's the breakdown per adult. There's the breakdown in taxes and fees and port expenses. So there is all that right there. If you need a bigger breakdown, you can click on this right here. I don't see any, right down here. There's your information of everything it's giving you, but we do not need that right now. So scroll down here to your summary. We are not going to go any further than this page just because we are not truly booking it. The next page would be entering personal information, credit cards, paying for it, all that. So we'll just stick right here. So if you wanted to book this cruise today, you owe a deposit of $851.20. Your total price is that $4,555.42. Obviously, after you pay the deposit, it would be less that. You have until 90 days before your cruise to pay off that amount that is remaining. Once you do that, you are able to book your excursions, all the fun stuff, no problem. If you do not pay it before that 90 days, guess what? They will cancel your cruise and refund whatever money you have paid. So there we go. We have booked this 7-night Western Caribbean cruise from Port Canaveral, leaving May 6th, returning on May 13th of 2023. How exciting, guys. We have booked a fake cruise. This is great. All right, time to move on to our next step of planning. All right, everybody. So we booked that cruise. We booked that 7-night Western Caribbean cruise in May of 2023. How exciting, guys. We booked a cruise. We're going cruising. We have almost a year before this cruise. What possibly could we be doing in planning for this cruise, right? Well, the next step is we only put down a deposit. So the next step is we got to pay this cruise off. So what I do is I have the Target Red Card. So with the Target Red Card, I get 5% off whatever I purchase from Target with this card. So what do I purchase? I go to Target.com. They have Disney gift cards, but they have Disney e-gift cards. So they just email them to you. You can do $500 on one gift card, and you just take that gift card. Once you get it emailed to you, you go to your account on the same website we booked the cruise on, and you pay whatever money you have on the card, pay it off. What I do sometimes is I'll just go buy a gift card every month for however much I've broken down that I want to pay off each month, because you got to pay that cruise off, remember, before 90 days before your sailing date, or they're going to cancel it on you. I just make sure by that 92nd day, I've paid it off, we're good to go, no problem. Now you don't have to pay monthly. You could honestly just set your money aside, put it in a savings account, let it earn some interest. A couple days before your 90-day period, you go get on Target.com, you use your red card, you buy however many gift cards you need. Bingo, bango, bongo. You've paid off your cruise. Good job. So anyway, that is our next step. That is just simply paying off the cruise, because you got to pay to play, right? So that's what we did. Anyway, cruise has been booked. Cruise has been paid for. Now, let's go to the next step. All right, so for this part, I kind of thought it was fitting because I had to go run some errands, that I'm sitting here after shopping, because the next part of planning that I can think of is you got to go shopping. Like, that's the fun part, right? It's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not. Like, if you've never been to some of these places, there might be some things you need. Like our last cruise, we didn't know we needed a dry bag, so we had to go buy a dry bag for our excursions. So we had that when we went to the beach. So there's just little things that you got to make sure you get. Sunscreen. We had to make sure we had sunscreen because we thought we did. We didn't. We had to go get that. We had to make sure we went and got some extra cold medicine. We made sure we went and got some allergy medicine, just because those are things we always make sure we have when we travel. So I don't mean shopping by like you just have to go buy clothes, right? Because that's the fun part. You got to go buy clothes. Things that you need when you travel, make sure you have all those and make a shopping list. And you don't have to go buy it all at once. You can knock off your list as the trip gets closer. I mean, we have a cruise in September going to Alaska at the time of filming. I literally bought some stuff I needed for that cruise right now, and it's June. I'm just slowly knocking the things off my list. So make a shopping list as soon as you book your cruise. Make a shopping list of things you think you're going to need for your cruise and just knock them off the list. Like I said, you don't have to buy it all at once. You can chip away at it, buy a few things here and there. So I'm done with my errands. Let's go back to the travel desk. We'll get going on the next step. All right, so I am back from running my errands. I am back here at the vacation desk, ready for the next step of planning this 7-night Western Caribbean cruise we are all taking. The next step after we have booked our cruise, we have paid for our cruise, we've made our shopping list, we know what we need to get, so we're ready for our cruise. That is booking your activities, your excursions, your activities you're going to do on the ship, such as tastings, all of that stuff. If you're going to do Palo brunch, this is when you're going to book that. If you're going to do Palo dinner, that's when you're going to do that. Same thing with Remy. So that's what's up next, is booking all of the fun activities we got in store on this ship. Now, to preface this, as I said, you have to pay off your cruise 90 days before your cruise sailing date. If you are a Castaway Club Silver member, good. You have to pay off your cruise before 90 days, no problem. Why I say that is because 90 days is when Silver Castaway Club members, that is when you can book all your activities. Now, if you're Platinum, that means 120 days. If you're Gold, that's 105 days. And if you're a first-time cruiser, sadly, you book your excursions, your port adventures, your activities, your dining, all that, you book those 75 days before your cruise. You're going to love it. You're going to take more cruises. You're going to gain Castaway Club levels. You'll be fine. No problem. But those days outside, like 120 days, this 105 days for Gold, you still have to pay your cruise in full before you can book all that stuff. So if you're a Platinum Castaway Club member, that means you have to pay your cruise off before that 120th day before you can book all that stuff. So that's something to have up here in your mind when you're deciding how to pay off your cruise, just because you might have to accelerate how you're paying off that cruise if you want to book at 120 days, which that's a pretty big benefit of being a Platinum member, is being able to book 120 days out. You get the pick of everything you want, basically. Just keep that in mind, that you got to still have your cruise paid off before you can book anything. Now, to book all that stuff, you just go to the same website where we booked our cruise, we've paid off our cruise. You go to your account, there'll be a little thing that as soon as you're allowed to book it and your time is open, it'll say book now. You go to whatever day it is, you click add activity, and you click whether it's dining, a port adventure, whether it's onboard fun, which would include like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, or you can add the photo package there as well. So you have all those different options to pick from on there, all on the website. Super easy. It's even on the app. You can go to the app and do everything. They have made it very easy for you to access all of this information. Is the information always perfect, and is the information always working, and are the reservations always working? That is a different topic for a different video. But the accessing of everything, very, very user-friendly. We have now booked our cruise. We have paid for our cruise. We have made our shopping list and maybe bought a couple items for our cruise. We have now paid off our cruise and booked all those excursions, dining activities, everything. Let's go to the next step. So we have done all of our port adventures, all of our special dining if we wanted Palo or Remy. We've done our tastings. We've done Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique if we want it, got our photo package, all that stuff's done. We're ready for the next step. The next step is online check-in. Online check-in sounds a lot more daunting than it really is. It's really just to simplify the process at the terminal so that it takes you a matter of minutes as opposed to what it used to be. So online check-in, you're going to go to your same account on your Disney website, just like when we booked our cruise, just like when we did everything else on there. And you're going to click on where it says My Online Check-In. It's going to say Check-In. Click it. Good to go. You're going to go through there. You're going to enter your passport information. You're going to submit a photo of yourself. I recommend get against a plain wall like I have here behind me. Just simply snap a selfie of yourself, upload that. It's really easy, no problem. I know some girls have had an issue if they have a bun in their hair, so just take your hair down because I know they've had a problem with reading the images for some reason. I don't know why. But then you will also put a scanned image of your vaccine card, or you can take a picture of it, no problem. Upload that. All that does is that enters all that information so that they do not have to enter that information when you get to the terminal. So when you get to the terminal, like I said, it streamlines it so much. It's great. You used to have to sit there and wait for them to enter your passport information, all that stuff. Now it's already done. They just verify it's you. Good to go. So after that, you are going to pick your port arrival time. It could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be 11 a.m. Who knows? But that's your arrival time. That is when you are allowed to arrive. They might let you at the terminal a few minutes before that, but don't think that like if you have a 12:30 arrival time, you're going to get there at 11 o'clock. I have watched people get turned away when we got there for our time and they were like an hour early. So don't do it. Just your port arrival time is when you get there. The food is still going to be on the ship. Your room is still going to be there. Your luggage is still going to make it on the ship. Like I've told people in many videos before, just take a breath. You're on a cruise. You're on a relaxing vacation. Just take a breath. It doesn't matter if you got 11 a.m. for your port arrival time or 2 o'clock for your port arrival time. Both those times are still getting on the ship. Online check-in. Super easy. Just take your time. It's very user-friendly. Don't rush it and make a mistake. Just take your time. Make sure you get the correct photos with the correct people, correct passport, correct vaccine card, and you're good to go. So there you have it. We have checked in now. So now we have booked our cruise. We've got our shopping list together. We've booked all of our port adventures and our activities. And now we have completed our online check-in. Now it's time to go do our next step, which is packing. So I have made it up here to our packing room, aka our guest room. This is where we lay out our clothes and everything, make sure we have everything packed. That's a obvious, very big step in the planning process of a cruise, because if you don't pack anything, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you what it is we do to pack, the process, all that stuff. So what we have here is a suitcase, obviously. Like I said, we lay out our clothes, so I laid out a pair of shorts like I would be packing them. And then this right here, I'm a big list person, so before I start packing, I type out a list of everything I want to make sure I have in the suitcase. This could be clothes, toiletries, hats, shoes, our vlogging equipment, whatever it is I need is on this list. Then as something on this list goes in this suitcase, then I go right ahead and I cross it off. So that's just how we pack. Crystal likes to pack like 4 or 5 weeks in advance, sometimes even more than that. I pack like 2 days before the trip. So, you know, that's just how I roll. I like to just get it done, be over with, and not have things sitting around. But anyway, that is how we pack. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you pack way ahead of time like Crystal, or are you like me and you wait till almost the last minute? But there you go. There is packing for a Disney cruise, our version. So we just finished packing. We are ready. We are ready for our cruise. All that is left now is get in your car, get on your plane, however you're getting to that cruise, that's what's next. And after that, sitting back with a pina colada and just enjoying a Disney cruise. That's what you got left. So one thing I didn't touch on in the steps is at some point, since we were just talking about the cruise in general, you have to figure out your transportation. So if you live in Florida, you drive in there, are you parking at the terminal? Are you parking somewhere off site? Are you staying the night before? You got to figure all those things out for yourself. Didn't want to do that in this video just because we live in Colorado, so we always fly, obviously. So we fly to Florida. We usually get there the day before. I recommend always get to your cruise destination the day before, especially right now with, I can't emphasize especially enough, with how plane travel is going right now. Do not travel the day of your cruise. Pay the little bit of extra money you might have to pay for a hotel. Stay at a Holiday Inn if you have to, whatever. Just get there the day before so that if something goes wrong, you at least have a little bit of a buffer to put your mind at ease some, right? Just because of the way travel's going right now with airports, I just don't want anybody missing anything. So I want to emphasize that. But also, once you're there, how are you getting to the port? I recommend Disney transportation. It's $35 per person one way, so $70 total. You don't have to worry about anything. And if you're staying at a Disney World resort, they pick you up at the resort. You have to call guest services and make sure you tell them to pick you up at the resort, or they just assume that you're taking the bus from the airport if you're going to Port Canaveral. Miami, San Diego, all those things are always from the airport. Your Disney transportation, if you're not in Disney World going to Port Canaveral, is always going to be from the airport to the terminal. So if you're staying at a hotel the night before, you might have to Uber. If you're close enough, you can walk. So those are the things. I just wanted to touch on that real quickly here because we didn't, but it's up to you. It's however you want to do it. I didn't want to put out there that you have to do this or anything like that because it's up to you. All of this is up to you. None of this is set in stone. This is how I do it. So there you have it. There is how I plan a Disney cruise, from booking to shopping to paying it off to packing to booking excursions and dining and fun activities on board. All of it. That's it. That's how I do it. Hopefully this helped you. If there was something I didn't touch on that you have a question of, please ask it in the comments. Crystal will let me know and I will answer that question as quickly as I can for you. But again, I hope this helps. I hope that if you liked what I had to say today, you'll give this video a thumbs up. Hopefully you'll subscribe to our channel by clicking that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed and you haven't done so already, click that bell icon so that you're notified whenever we release new videos. Well, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. But most of all, for the love of the mouse, never forget that it all started with a mouse. Happy cruising.
We only need